This may be the number one condition, the number one thing that's damaging your eyes from gaming or screen use in general. And I'm going to go over 3 common tips to help you out. Let's focus in. There's actually a collection of symptoms that you can get, and they actually name this computer vision syndrome. And this can include headaches, eye strain, red eyes, itchy eyes, blurry vision or fluctuating blurry vision, double vision sometimes. But one of the big ones and more common ones is dry eyes. You can get these symptoms from really any type of screen use, whether you're on your computer, your phone, tablet, if you're looking at a TV, if you're gaming on VR, anything where you're kind of staring at a screen. Now, I know what you might be thinking when you hear dry eyes. Hey, how big of a deal can that be? It's mild, your eyes will get better the next day, move on. And that is the case for a lot of people. But we are finding in younger and younger age groups that dry eyes is having more of an impact on vision. It's starting to impact the oil glands of the eyelids. The oil glands are actually dying off, and we're actually seeing that cause more issues down the road for people with dry eyes, moving their dry eyes into a more moderate or severe stages, and it really does affect them and the overall quality of their eyes and quality of life. In fact, a first of its kind study was recently done by Mize, where they took 41 college-age participants and ran them through a gaming session studying the effects of gaming on dry eyes. In this 4-hour gaming session, they controlled temperature, humidity, they allowed them a 5-minute break every hour, and they limited how much water they could drink in that 4 hours. They studied their eyes before and after. They studied their tear film stability. They gave them a questionnaire about dry eye symptoms, studied the inflammation markers in their eye, and they found after the gaming session, their dry eye symptoms from the questionnaire doubled. There was a significant increase in inflammation in their eyes, and their tear film stability decreased, showing that the gaming session, that 4-hour session, definitely had an impact on dry eyes. So exactly why does this happen, and what can we do to fight it? So I'm going to go over 3 tips. A lot of these are common tips that you've heard before, but can actually help, especially in the long run. Number 1 is to take frequent breaks. In this study, they were allowed to take a 5-minute break every hour. This shows that this might not be enough. In fact, there's a common saying or phrase that a lot of eye doctors use, and that's the 20-20-20 rule, meaning every 20 minutes, you take a 20-second break and look 20 feet away. The idea behind this is you just want to get away from staring at your screen. Maybe get up, go get a drink of water, focus on something far away, blink your eyes, move your eyes around. And you don't have to be strict to that 20-minute rule. It can be 15 to 30 minutes, as long as it's frequent and you get a break from staring at your screen. Number 2, also super common, use artificial tears, eye drops. Now this might seem basic and simple, but it's just that. Sometimes you have to return to the basics. By putting a fresh coat of preservative-free artificial tears in there, that will give your tears a little bit of a boost. And it'll actually keep your eyes, the surface of your eyes, from reaching that dry eye point down the line, maybe towards the end of the day. So throughout the day, maybe when you're taking your breaks every 20, 30 minutes, you can actually use an artificial tear. Now, if you are going to be using the artificial teardrops more than 4 times during the day, I recommend preservative-free artificial tears. I'll put some in the description underneath the like button of my favorites, and also I did a video about my favorites as well. I'll put down there so you can check that out. And along the same lines, you can actually use warm compresses to help your oil glands and your eyelids to work better and more efficient. The oil from those oil glands actually helps keep your tears locked onto the surface of the eyes so they don't evaporate. There's actually a really great warm compress that you can use and still keep your eyes open from Tear Restore. I use it all the time. You can actually use it while you're on the computer, and it'll help heat up those oil glands. This is also great if you feel like you're developing a sty or any clogged oil glands in your eyelids. Now on the flip side, if you feel like your eyes are really inflamed, almost swollen, then you could use cold compresses, and sometimes that feels really good as well. Before we get to number 3, I've got some bonus tips for you. While you're gaming or on your computer, try and limit the amount of air that might be blowing around you. If you're underneath a vent or if you have a fan, try and move that out of the way so it's not blowing by you. That extra airflow can actually dry the eyes out even more. If you're having a hard time remembering to take frequent breaks. Sometimes a reminder on your phone or your computer can actually help a lot. I've actually used that myself. And one that you might not think of, if you're on the computer, tablet, phone, you can actually go to your eye doctor and actually get specific computer, gaming, or near glasses that can help with your eye strain. Now, sometimes eye strain and dryness, those symptoms overlap, and so just by getting computer glasses can actually help with eye strain and a lot of times dryness as well. Number 3, remember to blink your eyes. Another simple one. Believe it or not, when we're actually staring at screens, we're staring. We're blinking 60% less than when we're not staring at screens. That means your eyes are open more without a fresh coat of tears, letting those tears evaporate off the surface of your eyes, leaving your eyes exposed to the air, drying them out.
Don't forget to blink.
And this exposure can actually cause dry patches that happen on the surface of the eyes that can cause blurry vision and can cause that stinging, burning symptoms that people usually get from dryness. And over a long period of time, we can actually develop something called an incomplete blink, meaning our eyelids stop blinking all the way, leaving a section of the eye, usually on the bottom third, exposed all of the time to the air. And I actually experienced this myself. I myself am an incomplete blinker. In fact, I actually remember specifically back in the days when I had more time for gaming, when something was really intense on the screen, maybe we were playing online Call of Duty, I would actually blink one eye at a time, so that way I wouldn't miss anything that was going to happen. I'd blink one eye because I felt my eyes were getting dry and starting to burn and sting, so I'd just blink one eye at a time. It's ridiculous now that I think back on it, but I'm sure a lot of people do that, right? Have you done that? And so if you develop an incomplete blink, your eyelids can actually get a little bit lazy. And so not only do you need to remember to blink, but another tip is actually to do blinking exercises. And I want to give significant time for these blinking exercises, so I recommend checking out this video to learn exactly how to do that. Hope you like this video. Stay focused.